Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And joining us now here, John, is Abigail Jackson. She is White House Deputy Press Secretary. Abigail, great to have you here directly there from the White House. How is everybody at the White House feeling after the big historic State of the Union address?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be chatting with you guys this afternoon. Everyone at the White House is feeling great after that tremendous speech that President Trump delivered last night. He talked about a lot of important policies that he's already implemented that are delivering real results for the American people. He's cut Americans' taxes. Gas prices are down. The president also talked about a lot of policies that he wants to focus on moving forward. And of course, there were so many powerful moments where he highlighted American heroes and patriots who have sacrificed and put their lives at risk for our country and who have also benefited from the policies that he's implementing every day. It was a tremendous speech.
You know, Abigail, too, what did the White House or what does the president sort of feel were some of the highlights? I'll tell you, I was covering it here on WABC and also just so emotional. I've been there at the State of the Unions. I was senior correspondent in Washington, spent a lot of time there. Every time I watch one, I always think they're really interesting. But last night's was great. He was so on the mark. It went for an hour 48, but it felt like, it flew. He could have gone because he's just so animated and so on it and had a lot to tout. And some of the moments there were just emotional. I was crying when I saw the hockey team. I was crying when the Medal of Honor guys, the Irina Zarutska's mother, Erica Kirk. What were some of the big highlights on the White House's end and the president's end? I bet there were a lot.
I think there were so many moments. It's really hard to kind of narrow it down to just a few. The moment that everyone keeps talking about today is, of course, the moment where the president asked everyone in the room to stand if they believed that the government's priority was to put American citizens before illegal aliens. And it was very shocking to see that every single Democrat remained seated during that moment. And that really tells you all you need to know about the Democrats' priorities. While President Trump and Republicans in Congress are fighting for the American people and trying to make the American people's lives better every single day, the Democrats couldn't even stand for something as simple as we will put American citizens, our own citizens, the ones who elected us, before illegal aliens. I think that was really a shocking moment that will haunt Democrats for years to come.
And you know, Abigail Jackson from the White House, too, the other thing, and President Trump was brilliant right afterwards. He said, how could you not stand? That line, I keep hearing it over when he looked shocked, that not one of them would stand. And then there were a lot of other moments where he said, you should be ashamed of yourselves. He was talking about, even on crime. John just brought up like the numbers on crime were down. They didn't stand for that. They talked about fentanyl, how they've, cut into fentanyl like incredibly, this White House, as you know. And they didn't stand for that. I mean, those aren't political issues. Those are American issues.
Yeah, you said it, not me, and you couldn't be more right that these are just common sense priorities that everyone should be able to unite around regardless of who they vote for at the ballot box. We want crime to be low. We want communities to be safe. We want gas prices to be low. Something, again, that the president has delivered on that Democrats didn't seemed very excited about last night. And the fact that Democrats stayed seated during all of these key moments was really telling for what their party is focused on. They are just the anti-Trump party. They hate everything that the president does, and they have no agenda that they can point to. And, you know, that's not going to stop the president. The president's going to keep delivering for the American people, keep focusing on these policy priorities. He announced a lot of great new agenda items last night. For example, the Ratepayer Protection Pledge, which will have major tech companies provide for their own power needs for AI data centers so Americans' prices won't go up. He reiterated his ban on large Wall Street investment firms from buying up single-family homes because President Trump believes homes are for people, not corporations. He called on Congress to pass the Stop Insider Trading Act to ensure that they cannot corruptly profit using insider information. So again, you know, not only was last night an excellent look at what the administration has done so far and a great opportunity to honor so many Americans, but it was a preview of what's to come moving forward from the president and this administration.
Yeah, and also Trump RX, Trump accounts. I mean, it was on and on.
Yes,
it was. Judge Weinberg.
Abigail, good to talk to you. I think that was very important is when he appointed Vice President Vance to go after all this fraud all across the country that's been raping the American people of their hard-earned tax money. And yet you had the Democrats shouting back at him as if somehow he was doing something wrong. What are your thoughts about that?
Oh, absolutely. That was another very important moment of this speech. Like I said, there's just so much he covered. It's hard to get to it all. But the president has long said that American citizens should not have their hard-earned money ripped away from them by fraudsters, especially in many cases, like in Minnesota, by Somali fraudsters who are taking advantage of American citizens. And this has been a priority for this administration. We have already had great success in opening fraud investigations and holding these fraudsters accountable. But as reflected last night, it's a top priority for the president and this administration. So we will spare no effort when going after these criminals who are taking advantage of Americans, who are keeping food off their tables, who are keeping benefits that they deserve away from them. And the president and the vice president and the entire administration is very committed to making sure that this goes addressed.
Well, Abigail, thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much for coming on and giving us an update. And it was a great night for the president. And please thank him for all of us.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thanks for having me. Great to talk to you guys.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially healthcare. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.